today I wanted to talk about why it's important as a creator to not only rely on just YouTube, but to also have some sort of secondary income when it comes to creating. A lot of people think that they'll make it rich and they'll become really successful on YouTube by making videos that people watch. And I feel like it's almost delusional to think that, mainly because um, you have to be really good and you have to have like a specific niche and you have to have all these things that contribute to succeeding in a certain way. And I think that if you go into YouTube or creating content in any sort of sense with just the idea of like, I want to make the most money by posting like what I want specifically to the channel that I created or whatever, you're going to find like a lot of struggle. And that's why I think it's so important to talk about and think about just like what it's like to not only be a creator, but be an entrepreneur at the same time. Uh, Small businesses and trying to create small businesses is something that I feel like is a skill that everybody needs, mainly because it kind of puts you in the shoes of what a big business would be like, what it started like, and it just gives you that firsthand experience on the things it takes and the skill it requires to like run your own small operation. And I think that's absolutely something you can put on your resume, and it's absolutely something that's like really important that people want to see and want to know about you. I've started about two or three small businesses throughout my life, which is a really low number, but they're passive. So like I had a lawn care business that eventually got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore because of school. So I stopped doing that. But we still have customers that like we still do to this day, just like because we're like so close to them and we just like help out when we can, and they still pay us and we have to cut our grass anyways. It's our neighbors. So that's one small business. I have another small business selling posters on Etsy. I do that like a lot. Like literally, it's Halloween. I sell like horror themed posters. A lot of my sales are going off right now because of that. Uh, and like that's just a steady flow of income, nothing crazy, but it's a steady flow of income that I wouldn't have made otherwise, right? And my third thing is selling like electronics and repairing electronics on eBay. So I used to do a lot of console repair for like Game Boys and things like that in the past. And these three things all together, I think, come down to my ability to like think of a problem and then find something I love and then apply the thing that I love to that problem. And I think that's something that everybody should think about when they are trying to start that small business. Without that, I feel like you are putting yourself behind in terms of what you expect your career to be like, because I think as like, as somebody who's in this younger generation and somebody who has seen firsthand the effects of like what being laid off or like what working for yourself can do. I think honestly I would much rather be somebody who is making money doing my own thing, doing my started like self startup company, working for myself, working for a business that I created, rather than working 9 to 5 waiting for that steady paycheck, right? But the thing is, since I am young right now, I can do both at the same time. And I think that's something that a lot of people forget. You can have two jobs at once. You can have three jobs at once. You can grind your ass off like all day, 24/7 to get to the level that you want. And my goal right now is to get this channel and my business and brand, a live company, to $100,000 in next year. And that goal is something that I will achieve. And it's like something that I've been striving for. I think that when I talk about it out loud, it sounds a little ridiculous, but I know that there are many strategies that I can use and learn and I can like draw from in order to get to that level. It all starts with a story about like how when I was a kid, it was just my parents, I donated money to my charity, right? And this was when I was a little kid. So I donated money to a charity. And my parents said, "Why'd you do that?" Because I did it, and then I didn't have lunch that day because I donated my lunch money to charity. That was because, and then I said like because I wanted to help people, and then my parents said, "Well, you sometimes have to help yourself first," and that kind of hit me. I want to help as many people as possible, and I think throughout my years as a young adult and throughout my years as just like somebody who went to college, has a job now, and is a part of like the full-time grind. I know right now that what I have is like an opportunity to do both. I want to not only be able to support myself, right? Work that job, do the things I need to do, pay my bills, but also I want to be able to support and help other people. I want to have enough lunch money where I can pay for another kid's lunch, or I want to be successful enough where I can help another person get to the level that I want. I think that that mindset is super important. And I think that since information is already free, the old generation idea of like hiding your secrets and hiding what you like have is just like old news. Like people are gonna figure out what you do, or like some business or corporation is gonna figure out what you do and try like selling it and taking it from you, right? You have to use the knowledge that you have in order to profit like off of that as well. Like if you sell information, that's something that like doesn't go away. Information is something that literally nobody can take from you. And I know that sounds dumb, right? It's like, why is college so expensive? Well, there's a bunch of reasons why, right? But if you boil it down to like the main thing, like student loans and everything like that, those stay with you forever. It's like, well, why is that? Because they can't repossess the knowledge that you have. I know that sounds super cliche, but like literally, like we all know this. Books, talking to people, learning things, that is the way to get success. And that's what you have to do. And it sucks because, you know, we are surrounded by distractions and by all these things in our lives, which not really contribute to like the best experience in life, like, you know, scrolling Instagram and like all the things on our phone, consumerism, and just like feeling that we need to like keep ourselves to a certain standard. But if as humanity as a collective really wanted to improve each other and told each other like, hey, this isn't the way, we're going to show you how to like actually become successful through like teaching and learning and like not charging for it and just like being honest and just giving actual experience like apprenticeships. I feel like that would make, you know, the younger generations like much better, right? But that's just not how it is because humans are inherently selfish, and that's okay because everybody else can be selfish, but I'm not going to be. I'm going to run a live company and I'm going to run this channel and I'm going to help as many people as I can because that's what I want to do and that's my dream. So I'll do just that. This is Matt from the Live Company. Hope you learned something and thanks for watching. Peace.